Hello, everybody. Good evening. Rose here. Today I'm reacting to Foodie Beauty's live stream called Budget Pizza. And this react is going to include a few extras because, to be honest with you, as far as Foodie Beauty herself, not a whole lot has been going on today. She did a live stream and she's on another one right now. But in the way of reactable content, there really isn't a whole lot to talk about. And so therefore, I'm going to be including some extras to go along with this react of different things that she's done, different things that she said. I'm also going to include her community post where she talks about Nader. And that way we're just gathering it all together into one react video versus like say 3 or 4 react videos, which are completely unnecessary. So what has happened today? Well, some of the live streams that Foodie Beauty did last night, she deleted, including the one called Chicken Stew that went on for 6 hours. That one's gone. The one where I posted the react to the part where she was talking about Nader and his haircut, that one's gone. So Foodie has said that she's done with Nader. She's completely through with him. And yet, every time she does a live stream where she puts him down in some way, she gets rid of it. So, question for anybody out there who's ever been in a relationship with someone that you are done with. If you're done with somebody, do you take back anything you said about that person, especially publicly? No. You only do that with someone that you're not done with and you don't want to offend them. You don't want to hurt their feelings or make them angry. Foodie Beauty likes to come online and vent about Nader, and she likes to do things to get his attention, to get some kind of reaction. She hopes that by doing so that he'll call her or contact her. She purposely acts bratty just to get a reaction out of him, and once she gets that reaction, she'll delete whatever it is that he would find offensive. So let's get into all this stuff that I've gathered together for all of you. Let me just go ahead and share the screen for everyone out there. Okay? So there's Miss Foodie Beauty in her budget pizza live stream, which went on for about an hour. What's interesting about that is, if you guys remember, she went through a time period where she was so eager to spend time around Nader that she would come online for exactly 1 hour and then she would disappear all day. I don't know if she's on for an hour today because she spent 6 hours online plus last night, or perhaps she wanted to spend time around Nader today. So here she is all dressed up as if she's about to go somewhere, and she can't spend all day today talking to everybody like she normally does. Here she is in her budget pizza. But before we get into that, let's start with this. Okay, so I want to give full credit to Kristen on Twitter because she's the one that's posting this. This comes from Foodie Beauty's Instagram. So Foodie Beauty went out of her way to shame some people. A couple of people, at least. And Kristen, thank you very much for blacking out these people's faces because I'm not interested in shaming anyone or doxing anybody. But she posted this saying, new rule, if you harass me on Instagram and bully me, I will post your picture. I don't know exactly what these people did. I don't know what they said, but we all know that when it comes to Foodie Beauty, anybody giving her criticism or the truth, she equates that to harassment. So Foodie is known for using the internet and her platforms to dox and harass people, to try to embarrass people. So she did it to this unnamed person who looks like a woman, and she also did it to a man. Let's see if I can go to Kristen's Twitter. Sorry, oops. Okay, so and here's the gentleman that she's also shaming as well. This post saying, okay, before you comment ew on my pics on Instagram, can you at least pretend to look like you love yourself? So Foodie using her platform to embarrass people, which is highly inappropriate. If you post something on a public platform, good, bad, ugly, pretty, in between, it doesn't give you the right to use your platform to publicly try to embarrass and humiliate somebody. Somebody just posting a comment like ew, that's no reason to go after anybody, especially if you're posting stuff that may be a bit gross, maybe a bit vulgar. People have the right to express their opinion. If somebody says ew to one of your pictures, the simple thing to do is to delete the comment or not respond to it or block the person. You don't have to go through all this. But Foodie is a vengeful, evil, rotten person. And so she thinks it's appropriate to embarrass and humiliate people this way. Her and Nader are both known for doxing and trying to embarrass people who go against them. So there's that. Okay, so there's that. And let's go on to the community post that she posted an hour ago. So something that happened last night in one of her live streams, Foodie mentioned a couple of times at least that she wanted to be intimate with Nader's brothers. Nader has at least a couple of brothers. And she was talking all kinds of gross and saying she wanted to be with members of his family, which is highly inappropriate, highly. Even if you have those thoughts in your head, Foodie, you shouldn't be sharing them publicly. That's just disgusting. But then Nader did a live stream where he was putting down Foodie Beauty, and he said and I quote, "My brother wouldn't even spit on you." So I guess the Beezers were going after Nader. But here's the post she posted an hour ago saying, "Wow, I see my Beezers sticking up for me in his chat. I swear it feels like the first time hearing him say something so mean like, my brother even wouldn't spit on her. Yet this was the man who had me driving around Montreal, finding his bum ass an apartment, and slept with me thousands of times. Yet now that I expose your lies, I am gross. All you do is sit there smug and try to prove to everyone and yourself that you are king shit. The way you treat people is disgusting, and I'm sorry to myself that I wasted the last year destroying myself for you. Never again. Thanks for teaching me a hard freaking lesson." Before I even look at the comments, I have thoughts. Let's start with the fact that Nader said that his brother wouldn't even spit on you. Chantal, what you said about his family was just outright gross. If there was somebody in my life that I had been intimate with just once, just one time, and they said something so inappropriate that they want to sleep with my family members, that would be the last time we have a conversation. That is so lewd and nasty that you're going to publicly say that in front of everybody. By the way, Foodie, if you want to be in a relationship with this man, I would assume that Nader is close to his family. What if his mother, Mrs. El Shami, found out you said these things? Do you think that she would approve of you being around her son? And don't get it twisted, y'all. I don't like Nader. I think he's a scumbag. I will always feel that way. But just from a mother's perspective, if you were a mother and you had a son and he's hanging around some female that she's a bit of a slut bag, and she says publicly that not only will she sleep with your son, but your other sons, would you approve of any kind of relationship with this woman? Would you give the go ahead? Would you give the approval to live with this person or be with this person in any way? Nah, I don't think so. No decent mom would be okay with that. As far as you driving him around Montreal to find him an apartment, let's correct that. You weren't driving him around Montreal to find him an apartment. You were driving him around Montreal to find both of you an apartment. because you're not that person, Foodie, that you will do things unless you get something out of the deal. You're not a truly generous, loving person. You do things because there's something in it for you. So if you were offering to get him an apartment, I bet dimes to donuts that it was going to be your apartment with him, or at least a way to get him away from Dee Dee, because let's be honest, you don't want Dee Dee around him. You don't want him living with Dee Dee. You want him all to yourself so you can see him anytime you want. And as long as he's with Dee Dee, spending time around Dee Dee, you can't really have that. Yes, I acknowledge you have a key to her apartment, but still, the idea of sharing a man, more honesty here, you're not okay with that. You are a selfish brat. You don't like sharing anything. You don't like sharing space. You don't like sharing food. You know, you're very aggressive that way. Like you don't share anything. It's all about mine, mine, mine. So yeah, we're looking for an apartment for the two of you, and I will stick to this thought. That whole apartment hunting thing, it's not over yet. It's just been put on hold, perhaps until your next paycheck. I think it's been put on hold because the places that you two were looking at, or the places you were looking at, as far as getting a studio, Nader has been far too spoiled living with Dee Dee. She's got a nice place. And whenever you move somewhere, you move because you're looking to upgrade, not downgrade. So if he's used to a nice apartment, he's not going to downgrade to a little skimpy studio. So he's holding out for the better deal. Let's move on to him sleeping with you thousands of times. Really? Really? That's the lie you're going with? That he slept with you for thousands of times? I don't think so. I think maybe here and there, just to get money out of you, he might have slept with you a few times to keep you on the hook so that you won't get disgruntled and take your money away. But as far as thousands of times, I seriously doubt that. I seriously, seriously doubt that. I think if you two had sex, he only did the bare minimum of what he needed to do to qualify as sex. He kind of strikes me as a hit it and quit it kind of guy, like hurry up and get it done, especially with you. Let's see, the way you treat people is disgusting. Well, the same could be said about you. The same could be said about you. But let's get into the comments of this community post. What do the people have to say? I love giving the people a voice. Anna says, this cycle will never end, and I am here for it. So am I. I'm here for the ending, whatever that ending may be. And she's in control of the ending. It's up to her. Poison Petite Moore says, if you really want to hit him where it hurts, act like he doesn't exist. Force him to fade into nothing online. Well, what you say is true. That could hit him where he lives. If she cut off the money completely, if she cut off the phone, didn't answer his phone calls, didn't acknowledge him, that could really hurt him. Because his channel depends on her keeping him relevant, talking about him, raging about him. She keeps him relevant, and she keeps him fed, and she keeps him in the money. And she's never going to be done with him, y'all. She's never going to be done with him. In the last couple of live streams from last night, the ones that she deleted, she was actively texting him on her phone while she was live streaming. And she was watching his live streams. So let's recap. She watches his live streams while she's live streaming. She's sitting there texting him. We saw the drunk live streams where she was calling him repeatedly, and she hasn't cut off the phone. And she will never cut off the phone. And she'll make up fake names to talk to him. So you can't get over somebody that you're actively in communication with. This whole Nader thing will not be over until she's dead broke in the street and there's not a single dollar more in her pocket that she can give to Nader. Darth Grumpy says, thousands of times? You paid him each time you had sex? So you're openly admitting to paying him thousands of times for sex? You know, Let's really switch that to what she really means. She slept with him thousands of times, right? That's what she said in the post. I'm going to fix that. I'm going to fix that statement. What she really means is she's paid him thousands of dollars for sex. That's what I think she really means. That whenever they have sex, she'll throw him some extra money for the sex. So it's not the number of times, it's the number of dollars involved for the sex. Deloke says she'll be back with him on payday, screaming at your VIB idiots because you love him. That train's never late. No, no, it isn't. It's always on time. It's always on time. Hazel Grace says, if you're in his chat, you'll never forget or get over him. Nope, nope. You can't get over somebody that you're still talking to. You just can't. You're not putting any space between yourself and that person to kind of move on with things. She's not interested in moving on. She's interested in moving in with this guy. Starring Shannon says, a willing participant, never a victim. Exactly. She's a willing participant. So is he. So is Dee Dee. They're all a bunch of scammer grifters running a scam on YouTube. Yeah, I said it. Chantal's over here doing thinly veiled adult content on YouTube, catering to the feeders, showing herself half naked, stuffing herself with food, doing all the fetish content on her YouTube channel, doing content that belongs on an adult forum, all for the sake of trying to make the most money. For what? She doesn't even take that money and put it away in savings or get a nice house or a nice car. She's doing all this for what? Just to keep a crackhead happy? To buy a few extra edibles? Or buy the next fast food meal? It's insane. Naomi says, you're literally doing it to yourself at this point. He's showing you who he and what he is. You can't blame him anymore. You could be 6 months into a different relationship with somebody else. What are you waiting for? Naomi, you're right and you're wrong. Could she be in a different relationship? Yes. Could she move on to somebody else? Yes. But here's the problem. Miss Mama's got a lot of work to do on herself, a lot of work, and she should be focusing on that work, improving herself, becoming a quality female that a man would be proud to spend time with, to talk to, and to claim. She wants to be claimed so badly. But what's worth claiming about Foodie Beauty? She's got nothing. All she's got to brag about is her money. That's it. She's not a nice person. She's not hygienic. Her house is disgusting. Her habits are disgusting. She doesn't brush her teeth. She doesn't take a shower. She will take a bath in body spray. She carries around Vagisil products in her purse because her hoo-ha stinks. Why would a man want to get next to all that? She doesn't even wear clean clothes, despite the fact that she's got a washer and a dryer in her house. You got a washer and a dryer in your house. There is no excuse why your clothes are dirty and they smell, or your bed sheets or anything else. You spend almost $2,000 on a villa with all the extras to make your life more pleasant and easy, and you're not going to use them? It's stupid. It's stupid. But what she needs to do, Naomi, if she's getting over Nader, is focus on herself. When a person hops from one relationship to another instantly, there's a name for that. It's called rebound. And rebounds never ever work, because people do the rebound thing when they're heartbroken and they're lonely and they're trying to get away from the pain in their heart of not having somebody. But then you hop over to another person and you're broken and you're messed up emotionally, and then you're with another person and then they get attached to you, and then you figure out, I don't want to be with this person. I was broken, now I'm not, and I've discovered I just don't feel what I need to feel to be with them. That's why rebounds never work, because that other person that you're hopping to, you're using them as a band-aid to get away from the pain of another person. But the way to deal with that is to do it on your own. Mourn the loss of the relationship. When you're done mourning, when you're done healing, then it's time for a relationship. But Foodie is so busy swinging from guy to guy because she doesn't have any sense of self-identity. She uses other people to compensate for her lack of identity, that she's always swinging from dude to dude. And the guy that she's talking to now, Nader, he's like the worst, but she's also the worst. So it's a match made in hell. She should stick with him. Taste My Rainbow says, you deserve all of this. Love that for you. Agreed. She does. Let's see. Chubb E. Walrus says, man, we've been down this road before. Oh, yes. We never stopped being on this road. There was never a different road. It's always the same one, full of potholes. Letter Stocio says, aren't you supposed to be moving on and not talking about it anymore? For someone who says they want to move on, you sure have a funny way of showing it. Every chance you get, his name is dropped out of your mouth. Yep. And you know why? Because they're still talking. Because she's got to keep him relevant. She's got to keep eyes on his channel so that maybe he gets the views. If she stopped talking about him, if he were no longer a part of the foodie beauty world, his channel would tank. Because his cooking videos suck. His cooking content sucks. It's been several months. He has not improved at all. At all. He's got a passion for cooking, then he should be willing to learn about what to do for a cooking channel. The cooking channel, I feel, is just, it gives him something to do. He doesn't really have a passion for cooking, because when you get a passion for something, you're always looking to improve. You're always looking to be better, to be more than what you are. That cooking channel is not really something he's interested in. His cooking is trash. He burns everything. If he doesn't burn it, it's raw, or burnt and raw. But I'll tell you what, it makes for great content for Gary Unfiltered. Gary has a ball reviewing his cooking stuff. He makes it funny. Mermaid Tail says, it doesn't say much for you when you go on and on berating Nader, then continuously run back to him, which you will again, mark my words. Of course, of course. Lydia Monaz says, you drove around looking for an apartment for him because you chose to do that. You slept together because you chose to do that. You are choosing to do this to yourself. Yep. Every bit of misery, every ounce of misery this woman is experiencing, it is all self-inflicted. That's why she is not a victim, y'all. A victim is somebody that is experiencing something that is not their fault. Okay? Everything that's going on with Foodie is self-inflicted. It is because of a bad choice. Everything in her life is a bad choice, self-inflicted. She comes on camera doing self-harm to herself with the eating and the edibles. And then she wants to moan and groan and bitch and gripe to the audience about this, that, and the other thing with her health. Foodie, you're in control of all that stuff, not us. We're just the spectators. What can we do? How is it our fault? Why are you complaining to us? If your health is bad, your life is bad, you're the only one that can change it. We can't do anything for you. So stop dumping all of your trauma and toxicity into our ears. We're tired of it. And see. Brooke A says, she's been with Nader during the day lately. It's pretty obvious. Yes, you're right. I think that she live streams all day until mid-evening on purpose. She gets her mandatory streams in just so she can drive to him late at night and sneak around. Although at this point, why? Why sneak around? There's nothing to be afraid of. Just come out and say what you're doing. Everybody knows. But they must get some kind of kick of keeping it secret. They must get some, because there's no reason for this nonsense. Zoe Wolfchild says, please seek treatment for your addictions, or else you'll run back to him every single time he snaps his fingers at you. But see, here's the problem. Nader is someone that she's addicted to. She said it. She says, I am addicted to this man. He's part of her addiction. He's one of her addictions. And Foodie's got multiple addictions going on, and she has yet to seek out treatment for any of them. She is an addict who who is happy with her addiction. She wants them to continue. And as long as she gets money from people, they're going to continue. As long as she's got that safety net called YouTube, they're going to continue. Absolutely going to continue. I have no idea, says, LOL, it's the way you don't see how psychotic and stalker-like you're behaving. Nader is trash, but he was well justified in saying that crap about you. You're just as abusive as he is, and you're never going to learn. But with the way your drug and food addiction is going, I don't think you have to worry about much more anyways. I'm going to say it. Don't get mad at me, y'all. I don't know what happened in Foodie's past, how long ago this might have occurred. But I think at some point, Foodie just woke up one day and looked at her life and all of her problems and all the things she had to do. And she just decided, you know what? I quit. I give up on my life. There's too much work to do on every level of myself. There's way too much work. It'll be too much effort. So I'm just going to let go of the steering wheel and let the car drive itself. And if I end up crashing into a wall, so be it. I think she knows that her health is really, really bad, really, really bad. And she doesn't want to go to a doctor to confirm how bad it is or seek treatment. I honestly feel, my opinion, my feeling, that she knows she's not going to live to old age. She knows her health is awful. She knows that she's dancing with death, with the food and the drugs, and yet she keeps flirting with death. Maybe she's got this point of view of, I'm going to go out with a bang. I'm going to live my life the way that I want to. I'm going to put my foot to the gas pedal and just go as fast as I can. And if something happens to me on live stream, so be it. That's my feeling. I don't know how you guys feel, but I'm just getting that sense from her. Like she knows how close to the edge she is, and she doesn't care. She's just going to go full throttle, and whatever happens on live stream happens. And I'm sorry, Foodie, I don't want to see you die on live stream. And that would be traumatic. I don't want to see anybody die on live stream. That would just be too much. And although a lot of people on YouTube and the internet don't like you, I don't think they want to see you die on live stream either. I don't think they do. We're here for the train wreck, but we don't want to see the crash. Do you understand? We don't want to see that. That would just be too morbid. Way too morbid. Lindsay says, this post will be deleted here shortly. He just got off his live. He'll call and yell at her. Then the post will disappear. I give it maybe 5 or 10 minutes. Well, it's been an hour, but I predict that you are halfway right, that within a day it's going to be gone. Whenever she lashes out at him, she gets rid of the evidence, either that moment or the next day. Chantal's Wasted Life says, you driving him around Montreal, finding his bum ass an apartment and giving him tens of thousands and going back over and over, you and you alone. Yeah, she's still going to him. She's still seeing him. She's still talking to him. They're still texting. That's why I say a lot of things we see with Chantal, it's bad performance art. Very, very bad. It's toxic. It's maddening. It's irritating, but they don't care because they're making money with this. That's why they do it. That's exactly why they do it. Cook says thousands of times, laugh emoji. Yeah, same here. I'm laughing at that too. So nobody believes that they're staying away from each other, Foodie. Nobody believes that you're staying away from him. No. Last part before we get into Foodie stuff. So this is the live stream that he did. No, we're not going to watch it. I'm not interested in watching. Let's see. Smart people learn from everything and everyone. Average people from their experiences. Stupid people already have all the answers. Socrates. Ooh, very nice. You're quoting Socrates. I love Socrates. And very true what he said. Reed Chambers says it's not complicated. She's revolting and he knows it. He knows it too, so he uses her since no one else will ever want her. She deserves to be miserable. Agreed, she does. Ham pants and glitter bodycon says, seriously though, why don't you get a good paying job and move out on your own and pay your own bills, your own phone, own internet, own food, or is it about the grift? You are an able-bodied man in Canada. You can work. Agreed with all that, Ham pants. He can get his own job. He can make his own money. But Nader's looking at it from the perspective of, why should I go out and work when I can get these desperate, thirsty females doing the work for me? He's got Dee Dee on one side living up in her house. She pays the bills. He gets a nice, comfortable apartment, rent-free. And he's got Chantal's stupid ass over there paying for everything else. So he's got these two desperate thirst buckets fighting over him. He's getting far more by not doing an average normal job than if he did. If he worked a normal job, he would be struggling and scraping and all that, eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Why go through all that if you've got these two thirst buckets running after you? Little something about the grift, Nader. Something you should know, and everybody else should know too. I've dealt with some grifters in my life. I was involved with a couple. Here's the sad fact and the sad truth about people who think that they're all that and they're grifters. At some point in life, you can't pull the grift anymore. Everybody gets older. Everybody ages. That's just a simple fact of life. You cannot stop time. So Nader is what, in his 40s? How much longer can he do this grift thing with women? Can anybody imagine Nader being like, what, 60 years old trying to pull this shit? It's not going to work. If you think you're some sort of a pretty boy, well, you're in your 40s, Nader, and sorry, you don't look that great. How in the world are you going to pull this grift when you're 50 or 60 years old? You're going to be a senior citizen and try to pull a grift? It ain't going to work, bro. It ain't going to work. I'm sure your looks are going to change. Your body's going to change. How are you going to pull the grift on women when you get older? At some point, even if you're a pretty boy, you can't grift anymore. And then you're going to be left with nothing because you worked for nothing. You're setting yourself up for failure. So you're over there getting money from Chantal. You're living in Dee Dee's house, but at some point the novelty is going to wear off. Your looks are going to change, and they're going to dump your ass. And then where are you going to be? Not that I'm concerned for your welfare. I'm just saying that even if you're a pretty boy, playboy, pulling a grift, at some point the power to do so goes away. Everybody changes. Everybody gets older. Let's see. So there's the comments for his video. Okay, now we're going to finally go on to Chantal. I just want to cover all that first for those people that don't want to watch Miss Chantal. So let's get on with this thing, and then I'll cover the comments, and then we're done for the day, at least with this stuff. So let's go.
Hi. Rebecca, Whimsy. Hi, Maggie. What, damn it, Amber. Hi, Amber, how are you? Love Goddess Amanda KB. James, thank you. Reginald.
Is it me, or does she sound stuffed up? She sounds really stuffed up, don't she? She sounds like her nose is stuffed up and her throat is messed up. That's always an indicator that she and Nader have been partying too much.
Leo. Ashley, Piston Bigger, who'd I miss? Lindsay. How broke are we? Oh my god, happy birthday to your little one. Please wish them at McDonald's. I was in the McDonald's lineup and I'm like, I was just gonna get like nuggets because I like that honey barbecue sauce.
I thought you hated McDonald's. So you can't even tell the simple truth about what fast food restaurants you like. First you hate McDonald's, or food is gross. Then you're eating McDonald's. Which is it?
Are you guys like that? Your kid's birthday's tomorrow? And $12. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get that. The dip sauces are like
Well, by the way, Chantal, if you're on a budget, when you're low on money, you don't buy pizza. You just don't. You spend that money on a few items that will last for a few days. People on a budget don't buy fast food because the money you spend on one fast food meal, you can get a few things in the store and last for like 3 or 4 days. I'm just saying.
more expensive. That's pretty good.
Wait, I'm confused. She's got McDonald's and a pizza. Wait a second. So she went to 2 different places, or was it that she went to a place with like one restaurant on one side and one on the other? So it's just weird to see her drinking a McDonald's drink and eating a pizza.
Like, it's supposed to be like New York style pizza. Yes, Maggie, she's dead. And like, hi, sweetie. Hi, Emerald.
Can I just say something? Y'all, I'm in a bit of a snarky mood. For those who come here for the calm reacts, please allow me a moment to be snarky. Just a moment. Chantal, you getting on camera and eating, that is the most boring thing in the world. It's not interesting to watch you eat. I know why you're doing it. You're catering to the feeder idiots that come into your chat that want to see you eat. But from a non-feeder fetish person, it's boring. Sitting there watching somebody eat pizza on camera, and that is so your content anymore. Coming on camera and just eating with your mouth open and talking about nothing. At the very least, can you make interesting conversation while you eat? Kind of offset the fact that you're eating and most of us think that's gross and it's not appealing to us. Can you give us something that is appealing? Talk about interesting things. Just sitting there rambling about nothing while eating to make your feeders happy, boring.
My teens think I'm really. Anyways, I'm kind of talking to a few different people. I'm going to be reconnecting with some close friends.
When?
I have some friends who just really are in need of me right now. So
they don't need you. You have friends? Friends where? What friends? You've been going after Nader for the past year. Where were these friends then? Where were those friends during that time period? You have friends. Friends are people that care about you, and you care about them. You've cared about no one but yourself this past year. So if you do have friends, you've been a very bad friend to your friends. And I don't recommend anybody being a friend to you because you're a manipulating fool and you're a liar. You would not make a good friend to anybody right now. You're not even a good friend to yourself.
You emailed me, Latina Linda? Thank you. Okay, I'll check it out. Africa. Like, you would have a better chance being yourself, reaching out to me, being like, hey, I'm dirt poor. I'm from a third world fucking country, but my heart is pure. Like, what's wrong with that?
Well, what's wrong with you being honest with people about who you are? You want other people to be honest with you, but you're not honest with people, Chantal. All those pictures that you post on those dating sites, that's not you. That is the filtered, edited, photoshopped version of you. You don't show what you really look like. You don't tell guys how much you really weigh or who you really are. You put on another version of yourself to get people's attention. And you purposely pick guys that are in other countries because if you picked a guy who was local, that would mean that there'd be a chance he'd want to meet you in public, and then your whole scam would be exposed. So you like to live in this fantasy world of I can lie to people about my appearance, about who I am, and get away with it. You don't want your lies to be exposed.
No. So anyways, this guy's like, I'm a sugar daddy. I'm from Los Angeles. So I'm just gonna see where it goes. The minute he asks me for
Oh no. Oh no. Really? I'm a sugar daddy in LA and I'm interested in Chantal. In what universe would that be possible? Now, if she were talking to somebody who is into the feeding thing, some feeder fetish person, that they've got money and they want to pay her to make feeder fetish content, that's doable. That would be more real. But just some sugar daddy who is looking for some sugar baby, Chantal. Most sugar daddies, they look for younger women, first of all. Secondly, they look for women who are well kept, meaning that are hygienic, that dress well, that are sexy, and keep themselves well. You're not that person. You're not that person. You never will be that person. This is you trying to trump yourself up with made up facts. Sugar daddies look for women that are trophy pieces. You're not that. And I'm not saying that because of your weight, madam. No, no, no. I'm talking about because of the way you carry yourself and the way you are. You're nothing that a sugar daddy would pay for. Would a feeder fetish guy pay for you? Absolutely. So maybe you're in contact with a feeder with some money who wants to give it to you to fulfill his feeder fetish fantasies. I would believe that, but it's just an ordinary sugar daddy. No.
money, I'm gonna think of something to fuck with them. I'm bored. Oh. My parents had this horribly embarrassing song playing for our answering machine. Answering Machine by Rupert Holmes. What is that? I want to hear that now. You know what I hate? Wait.
Rupert Holmes, isn't that the guy that made the Pina Colada song? Yes, I do remember that. Remember, I was born in the 70s. I remember the Pina Colada song.
That light 5,000 calorie ice cream he made. Who did? Is that what he made today? 5,000 calorie ice cream? Was it ice cream?
She would so eat that. 5,000 calorie ice cream, she would so eat that.
You'll love her new song. Really? I'd watch Niagara Falls before I'd watch. I want to go to Niagara Falls.
You'll never get there.
Would you guys want to do that for a trip one of these days?
You're not going anywhere. You're not going anyplace. You set up that postcard club saying, I'll send you a postcard from wherever I travel, but how are you going to travel? You spend more than you make, so how are you going anywhere?
Hi, Phil! I called my Mario friends and was like, hey, I'll get Mario too. Say it. We say these words, we don't know what they mean, the background. Do you know what I mean? No, you don't, do you? Am I sick again? No.
No, she's just probably been doing all that snow and sticking it up her nose. You can always tell when Chantal's been doing something suspicious. Her throat is messed up, her nose is messed up, she sounds stuffy, her voice is lower, she's blowing her nose. Yeah, we can always tell when you've been playing in the snow too much, Chantal.
Cuba. Lizzie, listen. Oh, it's considered a slur in the UK? Oh. How much did the trip? So Cuba only cost like $1,500. Come here, Sam. Would you like a piece of pizza? Would you?
You shouldn't be feeding the cats pizza, Chantal. Give them food. That's something that really pisses me off about Foodie. You know, a lot of things piss me off about Foodie, but one of the things that really, really gets me going is the fact that this demon of a woman, she has so much money for takeout and edibles. But when she goes to the pet store to get pet food, she never stocks up. She'll get a few cans at a time. And I'm sorry. If you've got 2 cats in the house, they should be getting between 2 to 4 cans a day, one for each, and all the dry food they can choke down. You know, my cat Booger, she's always got dry food out. I give her 2 cans of tuna a day that she wants, or regular cat food, depending on what she wants to eat that day, because she is a finicky eater. I do struggle with that. I just have one of those cats that one day she prefers something and the next day she prefers something else, and I don't know what it is, and I got to find out. But it pisses me off that she spends so much money on edibles and fast food. She'll spend $70 on one stupid fast food meal. But when she goes to the pet store, she won't buy at least a week's worth of wet food. She'll buy a few cans and that's it. Chantal, you got 2 cats in the house. One is a male and he's a big boy, which tells me he eats well. And your cats have been fighting. Actually, Sam has been picking on BBJ because of the lack of food. I've had multiple cats in my house. They never fought over food. You want to know why? Because there was enough. If you've got 2 house cats that are not street cats, and one cat is beating up on the other cat for food, that means there's not enough. You're not feeding them enough. One cat is getting food aggressive over the other just to get a little bit more. So why in the fuck is one cat bullying another cat for food? Why is it that you spend $70 on one meal, and when you go for cat food, you're not coming home with several cans of cat food? That is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And yes, I'm ranting right now because it makes me angry. She's sitting there eating pizza in front of her cat saying, "Do you want some pizza?" No, they don't want pizza. They want regular food. That's what you should be giving them. You should not be teaching your cats to eat human food. It's not good for them. It's just not good. It's not good at all. Spend maybe a third on cat food and cat supplies as you do on yourself, and they'll be much better.
Like to pizza.
No, he wouldn't.
Sorry. Let's break out that ninja. Actually, I used all the cream in my cereal. I had BBJ's vanilla ice cream. I don't really love ice cream. Like, I don't ever just crave ice cream. Very rarely.
You crave ice cream after a night of partying and your nose and your throat are all raw from doing all the cola. I've noticed that too. Whenever you go hard with the cola, you're grabbing at that ice cream. You're grabbing at those Blizzard Dairy Queen things. You go straight for the ice cream because your throat bothers you.
Like,
I don't want to see your close up.
Land is going to cancel me? But I'm a fan.
Ooh, Trisha Land is going to cancel you, ma'am. Tread lightly. Ooh, is she talking about Trisha? Yeah, tread lightly, Chantal.
I know one of her coworkers, that woman that was pregnant, did OnlyFans. Like, there was like a debate about that. Like, do you think that, you know what? Like, sex is healthy. Whatever. I don't feel. Oh. Enjoy the summer with Luna Bell.
Go away,
All
Pete.
right.
Hold on a second. Was Pete in the picture? Hold up.
Just want you to pet her.
Can't better match. It's too far. She's in your room, and I'm going the other way, so I can't better now.
Pete used to come on camera and say hi to Chantal. Notice he's not been doing it lately. What is going on over there? I'm getting the feeling that he's angry with Chantal, really angry, and he wants nothing to do with Chantal if he can help it. I would love to know what's going on in that house right now. Is it because she's seeing Nader? Is it because Nader's coming over? What is going on? Because Pete's usually like gets behind Chantal with his arms folded and just sits there like a gargoyle. He must be mad at her.
All right. I want to clean up a bit. Oh.
And she leaves the camera.
It's beautiful.
Oh God, loud, too
Or
loud.
1965. Oh my God. Deandra. Gone with the Wind. I like that. I love that movie. like a lot.
Well, guess what? You're not Scarlett O'Hara. And all of us over here watching your videos every day, we're like Clark Gable. Frankly, Foodie, we don't give a damn.
Except for all the racism. Which was actually fucking normal back then. And that's the disturbing part about that movie. But without that, I like that movie. Nosferatu. I actually hate that movie. I don't like old movies, like old movies. I guess
I'm actually a fan of the old classic black and white movies because they were well done. Because maybe I'm old fashioned, y'all, but movies back then did not rely on vulgarity and extreme language to be good. There's so many great old black and white movies. One of my favorite black and white movies is All About Eve. What a great movie with Marilyn Monroe and Betty Davis. The staff was outstanding. The acting was outstanding. I recommend that movie to everybody. All About Eve. There's so many great black and white movies out there. Check them out.
what's that movie called? To Kill a Mockingbird. Yeah, like Alfred Hitchcock movies. What about Vertigo? Dial M for Murder. Those are all good. Orphan. Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. Yes. Hi, XXHSX.
Oh my God, loud.
I'm actually really happy that Johnny Depp was found to be innocent, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. Justice for Johnny.
Because I found it hard to support him, like, with all the rumors, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't really look into it, but I'm just glad that, like, it's easier to support somebody when you know that they're not, like, super mean. No, I guess that goes for anybody. But I'm not mean.
Yes,
I
you
can be
are.
when I'm a mean drunk. Yeah.
You're mean, period. You are a mean person with or without alcohol. Who are you kidding?
But I have a good heart.
No, you don't.
And I want to be better.
You don't have a good heart. To have a good heart, first you'd have to have one. You don't have a heart. You got a black space in the middle of your chest where a heart should be. If you were a good person, Chantal, you would not be one of those people that your goodness is transactional. Oh, I'll act like a good person and I'll do something for you, but I want something in return. I want something in return. And whatever I do for you, I'm going to hold it over your head and I'm going to beat you upside the head with it. We've seen plenty of evidence with that, with you and Nader. You'll get mad at him and he'll do a stream and you'll be like, that's my pan that he's cooking with. And I bought this and I bought that. And how many times have we heard this, y'all? All the things that I did for him. By her saying that, she's showing that she remembers each and every little and large thing she did for him. And she's got it all tallied. And she's going to bring it up in his face when they fight and use that as ammunition to try to hurt him. But guess what, Chantal? He doesn't care what you did. He doesn't care. He's not going to feel guilty. He's not going to feel remorseful because you chose to do those things. You can't make a narcissist feel bad. They don't feel remorse. They don't feel regret no matter what you did for them. So trying to guilt trip him, not going to work.
We're here, but I want to make sure the bill is up to date and all our lives are in order, financially, everything, before we take on another responsibility. But I think Sam would benefit from, if he had someone young to play with, I think BBJ
Wait,
would
hold
be
it, hold it. What? Hold it.
Hi, White Rabbit. I've had her since 2004. How many fucking years is that? Oh, who's this
Okay, she's talking about the cats. I got to go back.
old lady with bald spots? New BBJ lore discovered. She was, and my mom, Hi, Leah, because I used to have a cat named Fevers and he was gray, so I just have like a thing for gray cats. I always love it. Chippies. Hi, Leah. BBJ origin story. So this is how I came to have this beautiful, adopted, old lady with bald spots. She
And look, that's so disrespectful. This beautiful old lady with bald spots. Chantal, you're almost 40 years old. You're getting up there in age. And you don't have much hair left either. And if BBJ has bald spots, I have to question why. Why does she have bald spots? I've had older cats before. They didn't have bald spots. Why does she have bald spots? Is it from lack of nutrition? Is it because she's sick? That doesn't sound right. I don't care how old a cat gets. The bald spot thing is not natural. Why does she have bald spots?
always had bald spots. She always had like missing hair here. But they're, all the better to kiss, I guess. I love the smell of them. Now I huff them. German Shepherd. Wow. Hi, White Rabbit. I've had her since 2004. How many fucking years is that? Oh, who's this guy? Oh, never mind. Oh, there he is. Hi, Sam. I can't believe I've had Sam for like 5 years. Holy shit. Are you 5 or 6 now? Yeah, you're freaking ugly. You're cute. Luna's a whopping 11 pounds. Luna's so cute. Her face. Yeah, I've had BBJ for a long time. She's been through a lot too.
Yes, she has. And you still keep putting her through a lot of stuff. You can't even provide a comfortable, safe, relaxing, peaceful, clean environment for either one of your cats. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Remember when you ran away for 12 hours?
What?
And then she fell out from a 2-story building into a bush.
What? Huh?
How did I keep you safe all these years? And she always likes to just sit in front of my face like this, like since I've had her.
Because she wants your attention, you fool.
Actually, oh, Mr. Biggles, it's cute. I've had my husband since 2004. Really? How many years is that? 20? 19, 20? Yeah, it's a long time. No, get away from my pizza. I have 2 poodles and just got a puppy. Aww, I kind of want to get Pizza Kitten, but I want to make sure the villa's up to date and all our lives are in order, financially, everything.
No. No to you getting a kitten. No to Pete's getting a kitten. No. Absolutely not. Neither one of you are responsible. And Pete has shown that he won't even change a freaking litter box for 3 months. As a cat mama, no. 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 Neither one of you need more pets. No. Because what's going to happen if you decide to move out of the villa and leave Pete by himself? It's going to be hard enough for him to find a place to live without any animals. And then you want to get him a kitten? He's not a responsible person. He relies on you too much. If he can't take care of himself, he can't take care of an animal. That's it.
Before we take on another responsibility. But I think Sam would benefit from, if he had someone young to play with, I think BBJ would be give some rest. But the thing is,
the reason why BBJ gets beat up on Sam is not because Sam is bored. It's because he's hungry. And he's bullying BBJ to get more food. You can fix that by buying more food.
BBJ was trying to escape. The thing is, Sam is fat and older now, so I don't know if he would still be as hyper as when he was a beezer. He still bees.
And you know what? If Sam is bored and he needs to be played with, you're the cat owner. Get some cat toys and play with your freaking cats. Give them some entertainment to get that energy out. I play fetch with my cat Booger every night. She likes to get like little balls of paper and I throw them and she'll go get them and bring them back to me. She's been doing that since she was a baby. I play with her. She likes that.
BBJ, BB Junes. which stands for, I don't even know. A trove called Creek? What's a trove? Stay at Lewis's house. I mean, what if they like, I don't know, because like, yeah, I talked to him still. So he's like, if you ever come back to Cuba and you want the real experience, basically, you're invited to my house. And I find people like that from other countries are just so hospitable. Like, it doesn't matter if they're like, if they're poor, they don't have anything, they'll share whatever they have with you. I've noticed that, you know?
That's true. It's poor people are usually the most generous people. Even people that are homeless. I've met many homeless people living here in Long Beach. A lot of them are just really good people. And I've had instances where they offered me things and that just broke my heart because they didn't have anything and yet they still had a good heart and they'll offer you something even though they don't have. Isn't that sad, Chantal? That you've got all that money and you've got all that means and you're such a selfish, self-serving, narcissistic person. And yet somebody who is poor or doesn't have anything is more truly, sincerely generous and good of heart than you.
No, it's cheaper to stay at a resort. It wouldn't just be the money, it would be the experience, right? Like, I don't know if it would be cheaper. I agree to disagree. It might actually be cheaper to stay at his house. Like, his whole month rent is $20. That's the equivalent. Like, how much they pay a month is like equivalent to us paying $20 Canadian, and that's like a pretty expensive rent for them. Yeah. So giving him like $20 would set him up for the fucking month, and he can freaking show me around. You know. I mean, I expect them to like.
You know, if Chantal wanted to go somewhere and stay by herself, that's one thing. But here she is, some guy in Cuba that she met. If she paid him $20 to cover his rent, if that's what it really is, you know, Chantal be like, look, I paid your rent for the month. You better be doing things with me. You better be going places with me. And you better be giving up the booty because that's just how she operates.
Want money and stuff. I mean, you're going to a third world country. I mean, these people are taking the time out of their day to show you around. They're not going to do it for free. Fuck what. I hate travel shows that do that, like travel channels. Like, just want to warn you, you're going to be asked for money if you come here to, you know, this person acts like your friend, but they're going to want money from you. No, they're not your friend. Fuck, you're going into their country. Why would they be your friend? In the cemeteries? What housewarming? There's no housewarming today. We don't have it here. I don't think we do anyway. I will go there for sure. I'm not going to go to Vegas on like a friggin' nice, wholesome family trip. No, I want to party when I go to Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to know why you're not going to go to Vegas? First of all, because you don't travel anywhere except for the bathroom. Secondly, because, you know, Vegas it's a town that I went years ago. And Vegas is one of those places that it's good if you have money, you'll enjoy it. But if you don't have money, you won't be able to do as much. Plus, you got all kinds of good-looking people running around everywhere. And Chantal does not like to be around people. So, yeah, not the place for her.
I guess I'm not in the mood right now. Anyone know how many calories in one of these bad boys? I had 4. You need to come to New Orleans. So many Zupa chats. Hi. Do you want a treat?
Give her some food.
I want to take her one to her face. Something. I can't tell you guys about it now, but order BBJ and ice cream. She has vanilla ice cream.
She shouldn't be eating that.
BBJ, you want vanilla ice cream later for a snack, BBJ?
No, she should not be getting ice cream, period. Cats are lactose intolerant. That's number 1. Number 2, ice cream has sugar. She's already got oral problems that she should have gone back to the vet for. The vet said on the phone she needs oral surgery, which means there's something going on with her teeth. So you're going to give a cat ice cream, which contains milk, and it contains sugar, which could lead to further calories, which could lead to more health problems and tooth problems. No.
Okay, BBJ. The vet said to give her treats.
No, the vet said to give her food.
Because you're old.
You
You're
just
living out your.
It's the reason why I feel Chantal gives those cats treats is because she thinks it's an easy substitution for food. No, treats are not a substitution for food. They need actual food.
Final wishes.
Something that should be known about cats and their diet, there should be a great amount of moisture in that cat's diet for their health in order for everything to function correctly, especially an elderly cat like BBJ. She needs special food for her because she is an elderly animal. But she just throws her treats. Oh, here's a treat. Go away.
Part of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. What do you want? You want a treat for your dying wish? Too bad. Hi, Cass. The Grand Canyon. I want to I just did some stuff. I want to go travel down the highway.
Good luck with that.
You know that? Get a hotel as backup and maybe try just the weekend. Yeah. I feel claustrophobic here. I just feel like my world is really small.
Okay. I take offense to what she said, not because I have claustrophobia, but because she's trying to use the term claustrophobia for herself. People who are claustrophobic, they don't go run around everywhere. She goes to see Nader. No problem with that. There are people that suffer truly from claustrophobia, and it's a horrible thing to have. Just like she has self-diagnosed herself with PTSD. You can't self-diagnose yourself with PTSD. She tries to pull in all these different things that she says she is to make herself seem more pathetic. But Chantal, you don't need to do that to seem pathetic. We already think you're pathetic.
If you have a business, I feel claustrophobic here.
You're not
just feel like my world
claustrophobic.
is really small. And you guys are right. There's millions of men out there, and I was hung up on fucking one man.
What do you mean you were? You still are. You're seeing him, you're giving him money, you're paying his phone bill. You still are.
I'm incorporated. It saves taxes, but not if you pull it out into personal. What do you mean by that?
Carly, don't teach her how to scam anymore. She already knows how to do it too much. This is the same woman that will sit there and scam the system out of free food. She'll sit there and she'll order food through Postmates or whatnot, and then eat half of it and turn around and say, I'm not happy with it. I want a refund. Don't teach her how to scam.
Oh God, I have to. Okay, Carly.
Carly says, if you have any questions, call me. But if you have a business, you have to do your taxes on time. Well, that means Chantal's out because she owes about 60 grand in taxes already. That means she can't do it.
I need to talk to you about this. I need to text you. Thanks for the info, though. But you have to do taxes on time.
Yep. Wah, wah.
If you have a business.
Can't
Do you have
say
to do your taxes quarterly, or is it still once a year?
Girlfriend, you're already behind. Forget it. That doesn't apply to you.
Until your 10-year-old boyfriend loved that you sang to his sister. He says, thank you, beautiful. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. Naughty Sam. Do anything nice with you guys. I can only focus on myself. I cannot focus on anybody else.
Well, then stop paying for Nader's stuff.
No. I live in a small world. You never leave your apartment. Yeah, no, I do leave my apartment, but sometimes no.
You mean Pete's apartment. Your name isn't on the lease. His is. That's his place. You're paying the bills and the rent, true. But his name is on the lease. If we're going to get technical, Chantal, you're pretty much homeless. I mean, you live in a home, but you cannot say it's your home. It's somebody else's. You made a point to let Pete put his name on the lease because at that time he had good credit. You had your bankruptcy. You can't even say that place is yours. You could leave at any time. And you could leave Pete on the hook for thousands of dollars in damages because if the two of you had to move out, you got evicted, he would have to pay for everything because it's under his name.
Sometimes I like to just isolate myself.
Sometimes.
Or just stay around the house. It's because I know I have to clean. I have to like get my life in order. And I'm just procrastinating.
You know, if she wanted to do lazy the smart way, she's got enough money that she could pay people to do everything she needs to do. Everything. I mean, $10,000 a month, she could take part of that, pay someone to make her meals, pay someone to do her laundry, pay someone to clean her house, to clear out all the junk. She could do lazy right. She could be lazy and have other people do all the unpleasant things that she doesn't want to do the adulting, but she just won't do it.
Sam says, talk to the tail, bitch. Hey. That's what happened to the rest of Nader's hair. He got stuck in my fupa. Excuse me. Anyways, I'm doing fart porn on OnlyFans now.
On OnlyFans? Ma'am, you're doing the fart fetish stuff on your own channel. And I've said it once, I'll say it again. Why are people going to pay anything on OnlyFans if you do it for free on YouTube? So you did some shorts. I don't know if you got paid for those shorts, but again, if you're doing stuff on OnlyFans and the way you make money with it is it's exclusive. They can't find it anywhere else. That's the draw. Oh, you want to see this, this, and this? You got to go over here because you're not going to find it anywhere else. Your problem is you've done everything fetish related and nude related on YouTube already for free, so nobody's going to pay for that.
Improve your mental attitude. Yes.
Okay, enough with this wench. Oh, let's go to the comments real quick. Workshop says, Nader said his brothers will not even spit on you. That's funny. And I'm sure they wouldn't. Miss Blackwood says, got awkward there at the end. Chantal reveals she's going to do fart porn on OnlyFans, and her bestie Carly said, OMG, what? LOL, love that for you. Chantal, people are laughing at you, not with you. Chantal don't care if people laugh at her as long as she makes money. But Carly, she's doing her own thing. She used Chantal for a minute to get some views and noticed that nothing has happened between Carly and Chantal since. Litten Kitten says, your friends need you. Ma'am, that's the funniest thing I've heard all day. Yeah, nobody needs Chantal. Chantal needs everybody, though. That's why she has to pay people to be around her. Farrah says, this will never not be disgusting. Letting a long-haired, long-clawed cat sit on the inside of an open pizza box, which you'll close it and the lid will sink in and touch that food. Disgusting slob. Yeah, that's not clean. Letting your cat sit on top of a pizza box, but in defense of the cat, if the cat has long claws, it's not the cat's fault. That's Chantal's for not getting the claws clipped as they should be. And the cat's just sitting on the box and don't know if it's doing right or wrong. That's up to Chantal as the owner to fix that. Nutter's Rib Pack says she's worried about how many calories are in one beer. But what you may eat McDonald's, paneer, pizza, and cereal with cream all in one day and try to blame the 10 pounds on the beer. It's way more than 10 pounds. I don't give a crap how she has that scale set or broken. She plays with this scale. It's weird. She's catering to the feeders. And I would think the feeders want to see you weigh as much as possible. But on the other hand, she filters herself on camera. She plays with the pictures and edits them. So which crowd are you catering to, Chantal? The feeders are not the feeders. The feeders want to see you get big. So come on out and just say how much you really weigh, okay? In Theory says, when you resort to having to roll around your kitchen and get out of breath doing so, never mind. Yeah, if your health is so bad that you have to sit in a chair all day because just standing up makes you out of breath, it's time to change yourself. Sean Connor says, does anyone else notice how screwed up her eyes look with some of these filters? Who really knows what she actually looks like? Well, I do remember Chantal once turning on StreamYard, and StreamYard doesn't have filters. She turned it on, she saw how she really looked in the camera, and she freaked out and she turned it off. And trust me, that 2 minutes was shocking to see what she really, really looks like. Shabby Rose Creations by Kem says, such boring content, same thing, different day, eating, 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 talking about nothing, smacking while eating, hearing her say not even that 1 hour later she's starving, eating, coughing, burping, reading comments, eating, laughing, reading more comments, eating, laughing, so forth and so on. You're better off watching the reaction channels. Yes to that. You're better off watching the reaction channels because we give something different here. We try to make it palatable. Summer Flower says, I'm in a bad mood, as if that's something new. If you actually left your flat and did something with your life, maybe you would feel better. You're always in a bad mood because you have nothing to look forward to and nothing positive in your life. Yeah, she's always in a bad mood. She's always moody. She's always depressed. Again, it's self-inflicted, so I feel no sympathy. Nikki Weber says, L. Scammy never intended to let you move with him. He thinks you are filthy and disgusting. He says it in his lives. He was just going to get the apartment and say adios. Everyone knew that but you. You will never find someone who loves you until you love you. And no, you don't love yourself. Actions speak louder than words. True, all of that. All of that is true. If Nader moves into a place, he's not going to let Chantal move in. He knows it would blow up in a couple of days. And I feel it's the reason why Chantal won't let go of the villa, because she knows it won't work between the two of them. They hate each other. He would move in, get the place himself, and refuse to let her in. Let's see. VLR says, wow, her cheeks are starting to look like Life by Jen. You are not 346 pounds. No, she ain't. No, she ain't. She's not 346. I got money on a bet that she weighs at least 450 pounds, if not more. You know, if she's getting bigger and bigger by the day, eating thousands of calories, there's no way she's 346. She's not losing weight, she's gaining weight. Starring Shannon says, looking super rough. You've never looked good after spending a night mourning with Koki. I see you guys were together. Yep, you can always tell. Always tell. Antonel says, you are near 40. I'd stop putting on any more weight. It's unhealthy, first of all. And secondly, it's hard to lose weight the older you get. You know what, Antonel? I agree with you. I am 51 years old. And you're right. It does get harder. When you get older, it gets harder. Your metabolism changes. Your body changes on the inside, even if you are healthy. I went through early menopause in my late 30s. And between that and depression and just being older, I gained some weight. And I'm starting to lose it now. I've lost about 20 pounds. I'm down to 130, but it took a lot to get there. I had to fix a lot of things. But you're right. If you know, in your older years, it gets harder to lose the weight and keep it off. You can gain weight just by looking at something. I can look at a jar of peanut butter and gain about 5 pounds, man. And when it was in my 20s, I could eat anything I wanted and not gain weight. It was lovely. It was a lovely time. But that's over with now. I'm 51, man. I gotta watch it. I could just look at something the wrong way, and next thing you know, I got 5 pounds and don't know where they came from. But she's 40 years. She's almost 40 years old. She had a hysterectomy, which means her body automatically went into menopause. Which, you know, your hormones, they have something to do with how easily you can lose weight. You know, if you've gone through menopause, your estrogen gets all messed up, and she's not even taking any hormones. So she's got all these problems with drugs and food, and she's gone through menopause and not taking hormones and all this stuff. And it's easy for her to gain weight, but it's going to be super tough for her to lose it. Super tough. Nanya Business says her face got huge again. True, true. Like the filters can't even hide it anymore. So that's it for this React video. I put a lot of stuff in it just to save you guys the time of watching like 4 or 5 different ones. I mean, YouTube notifications, they only give you like 3 notifications per day. And Chantal does multiple videos, so it's like it just makes sense to do everything in one video, even if it's a little bit longer than normal. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this React. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.